Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us right here on The Right View. We are stoked tonight because we are joined by the CEO of O'Keefe Media Group, and you know him best as a guerrilla journalist, James O'Keefe. James, welcome to the show. I think everybody knows you very famously from your original group, Project Veritas. You uncovered massive things. The videos that you guys put out were really incredible and opened a lot of people's eyes, I think, to things they never would have known otherwise. You now started a new group, but I want to get kind of to the beginning for you. And I'd love to know more about how you got your start and what ultimately made you want to pursue something like this. Because I got to tell you, it takes a lot of guts to do what you do.
Well, I got my start in college. I'm from New Jersey, and I went to State University in New Jersey, and I was surrounded by political correctness and what I viewed as kind of, communist or Stalinist ideology. And I wasn't really a political person, but I wanted to expose it. I wanted people to wake up from what was happening on campus. So I started a little newspaper in college when I was 19 years old. It was called The Centurion, and I did local muckraking. I reported on the salaries of my administration. I reported on what was happening there. And then from then I did some stories on Planned Parenthood in California, and then I did a story on Acorn. This is 15 years ago. That led to congressional action. And from then, Project Veritas was born. But it was really a desire to shake people awake, to create righteous indignation, to expose the world for what it is, to show people the truth. And this is something I've always been passionate about.
I love that you went with the term muckraking. What a good term. You don't hear enough of that. And quite frankly, there really isn't much of that goes on. I think, people really seem to be asleep in many respects across this country for sure, because if you are only getting your news and your information from mainstream media outlets, let's face it, you are getting spoon-fed exactly what they want you to see. And all the rest of it probably would never see the light of day were it not for people like yourself who really, you took it upon yourself to do something and you said, I'll go out and do this. You've left Project Veritas and you very quickly started O'Keefe Media Group. It's not lost on me, by the way. OMG is the acronym. Love that. But you did start it very quickly. And what was that something that was important to you to get right back to it? I assume there's so much going on that you felt you needed to jump right back in.
Yeah, and one of my advisors sort of said to me, when you're in the boxing ring and you get knocked down, you have that 10-second count or whatever it is, and you got to get back up before the count expires or you're out. So for me, it was also, I've been through a lot of things in my life that have, I actually tweeted about, Trump yesterday that, the government's weaponizing itself against people for political reasons. I've been through some of that, not to the degree he has. And I just felt it was really, there's so many people that were messaging me, Laura, when this went down, and everyone wanted to do citizen journalistic things. Tens of thousands of messages. It was actually overwhelming. My phone would not stop ringing, texting, email. And everyone says that, but there's no really place for these people to go. They can't call up the New York Times and be like, hey, I got this tip. So it was a desire to get back moving as quickly as possible. And I stood up a new company in about 2 weeks. And frankly, some of the really, really amazing volunteer people that I've had join me. So yeah, it was very, very difficult to start anew, but it was also very liberating because I'm kind of untethered and got some really good core group of people. And we broke our first series of stories. I can't tell you where I am or what I'm doing right now. I've got a white screen behind me, but I'm on the road working on another story that will release tomorrow from another brave whistleblower.
Oh, wow. Well, by the way, the fact that you had people come out and say, look, I don't even want to get paid to do this. I just feel like this is something I should do. That kind of gives me hope, James, because it means that people are getting it, that people are seeing that we need we need the truth. We need to have people who are willing to go out there and go undercover and do this kind of work. Unfortunately, in order to keep our country in so many respects, I think, because we're not getting obviously the truth about what's going on. That must have made you not only feel great, but maybe does that make you feel like there's hope for the future if we have so many people that want to come out and volunteer, so to speak, for you and to do this?
Yeah, it's interesting you say it's not so much that they even want to be paid. I guess that could happen one day. You know, people go out and get a story and get paid to do it. It's not so much that they even want to volunteer. I think people actually pay to do this. It's remarkable. People want meaning in their lives. People desperately want to make a difference, and there really is no place for them to go. O'Keefe Media Group, we sponsor cameras. People sponsor cameras for us to ship to them, and it's our full-time job to just empower citizens to go do journalism, and then we'll tell their stories. And it's overwhelming. We're a victim of our own success right now. We've got thousands and thousands of people that, and frankly, you know, everyone kind of messages us, and then they go through this sort of psychological process where, do I really want to do this? It's really, I mean, I might give up my livelihood, and we're working on that because it's a difficult thing. You know, you got to have a legal defense fund for people.
Yeah.
You've got to tell their stories. Sometimes we do the stories ourselves. But what I'm doing is I'm now putting the onus on you. So you say, I want to do this. Okay, find me the people who are courageous, and I'll equip them, teach them, mentor them, empower them, and kind of scale myself, because they can stop one man, but they really can't stop an army, thousands of people doing this.
Yeah, that's the truth. Tell us what's going on with these ActBlue donations and what O'Keefe Media Group has discovered.
Yeah, this is data from a citizen journalist, Election Watch. They provided all these documents showing citizens donating in the names of elderly people all over the country. I chose Maryland because that's where one of these lawsuits is filed. And you're looking at thousands of contributions donated through these single people. So I went to knock on their doors. I say, did you donate 3,000 times, you know, for $100,000? And you saw these reactions. So, and then in the video, I was tutorializing, you guys can do the same thing. No one's ever really done this before, but I was teaching people how to do it in the video that I was doing. I was saying, you knock on the door.
Yeah.
And then suddenly other people started doing the same thing all over the country. So the vision's kind of coming together. And on Twitter, I've been retweeting these people. We're cutting down some of the videos they're sending us. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Laura, we don't know the answers. So in a past life, I wouldn't report anything unless I had all the answers. What I'm doing is asking questions, and I'm letting people out there try to figure out the answers. Why is ActBlue donating through these names and addresses of these elderly people? And the FEC data is all there. It shows it. Why does the data show thousands of contributions are going through these homes? So voter integrity is important. We're trying to get to the bottom of it, and we're trying to ask questions so that other people can go knock on doors, videotape these people, and get to the bottom of it.
Wow. I mean, that's fascinating. It does make you wonder, why would that happen? What's going on? And I think, look, election integrity, that's fundamental to this country, to our constitutional republic, to the future. You know, so many people had so many questions after the 2020 election that, James, just, you know, they just wanted to go away. Nobody got answers. We've all tried to move on. They want us to move on. They don't want anybody to look back. That's for sure. But I mean, that is integral to this country and to the United States' future. I wonder if you do find something, if you uncover something very nefarious, perhaps, from these ActBlue donations, do you expect action to be taken, given it is ActBlue? Do you think it would get swept under the rug? I think probably the latter, most people would assume.
Well, the elections official in Maryland announced her retirement the day after we broke our story, which I found interesting. And I do expect answers, but sometimes you have to ask questions, and then people go out and get more information, which in turn provides more sources to come to me, which in turn provides more information. So it's called whipsawing. You kind of whipsaw more people to come out Sometimes you don't have to have all the answers right away. And that's what these stories tend to do. Like with the Pfizer story 2 months ago, we put out the guy, Jordan Tristan Walker from Pfizer, and then on Twitter, everyone was finding out where he went to medical school. He worked for Boston Consulting. We didn't know that until we put the guys out. And then citizen researchers were on Twitter finding this out. So the kind of the new vision is to put out questions that we don't necessarily have the answers to, but definitely hit the pavement, shoe leather journalism, running around, knocking on doors, asking questions. That's a start. And then these elderly people are answering the door like, I didn't donate $18,000 to Joe Biden. And you could see me speaking to her in Annapolis, Maryland. And she goes, I would love to, but I did not do that. So then you go back and say, well, why is this data showing that you did? And hopefully it's not James O'Keefe figuring out the answer to all these questions. It's some other person, out there who is enterprising, has the will to do it, has the tenacity to do it. I can't teach hunger, but I can ask the right questions, provide the technology, provide the training, and people can go out and do it. That's my vision.
Well, how has life been for you, James? Because listen, no one knows better than those of us in my family that once your face is out there and, especially folks on the left or people who you exposed in so many respects and really showed what was going on behind the scenes, it must feel like there's a target on your back at times. And I assume you probably get recognized quite often. What's life been like for you? I assume it's been a big change.
Oh, yeah, particularly in the last, I would say, year and a half. Yeah. I've noticed an uptick because I've been doing this my whole life. I mean, everyone always sort of asks, how you got started, and then they're surprised to realize I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I've 20 years. I'm 38. I've started, my senior year of high school in kind of journalism. I didn't go to journalism school, but my point is that I've been doing this. I've been the same man for the last 20 years. I've done the same work. Some of it's gotten massive impact. Some of it's not even mentioned by the mainstream media, and it depends upon the subject matter. But I've noticed in the last year and a half an uptick in just how severe and how the gravity of our circumstances. I get recognized everywhere I go. Airports, even in the lobby of this hotel yesterday. 2 people came up to me in the street, all walks of life, all types of people, TSA people, Uber drivers, as you can imagine. It's just, I've noticed that our situation has gotten kind of so dire in society, and that people are so divided that there's more emphasis placed on what I do in the last year than sort of 3, 5, 7, 10 years ago. And that people are so afraid, Laura. Fear just sort of pervades the minds of everyone, that there's almost like this, they look up to me and they look up to us and they go, I can't believe you have the balls to do what you do.
Yeah.
And for me, I've been doing this for 20 years. For me, it's like, well, I can't believe you don't have the balls to do it.
Right.
I can't believe that. Why isn't anyone else doing what I'm doing? I don't really look at it in terms of the fear, and I don't look at it the way the other people do, which is that you could get hurt by doing this. I view it as a passion project, that I love chasing bad guys around the street. I love exposing this. I love filmmaking. I love the journalistic aspects of it. And I've been doing it for 20 years. But I think that now the stakes are higher. The weaponization of the government. Jim Jordan talks about this. Yep. The FBI coming after me and raiding my home. These sorts of things. District attorney in New York, what he's doing to your family. These sorts of things have raised the stakes, and people are rightfully afraid. But I choose not to live in fear.
Good for you. And thank goodness you don't live in fear. I mean, we need people like you out there fighting the good fight every day. You said you didn't go to journalism school. By the way, James, you know this better than anybody. Most of the people who actually went to journalism school are the worst journalists. I mean, you have to put it in air quotes, quite frankly, because it's just they don't even do the job of being a journalist. It's outrageous. Now, I really want to get real quick before we let you go to the real reason we invited you on the show. Please explain your relationship with musical theater, and can we expect any production from you in the near future? Because we're excited.
I love that question. I don't think you'll ever take the dancing out of the man. I think
good.
I don't like it when I sing and dance. I do sing and dance. I was in a musical called Oklahoma, famous musical. It was an outdoor production of Oklahoma. It was in Virginia. It was a year and a half ago, and I was in George Gershwin's Crazy for You. I was in the Pink Panther Strikes Again.
Wow.
I actually wrote and starred in a production about my journey. It was called the Project Veritas Experience. It was in Miami at the Fontainebleau. It was ticketed. It sold out. This was in January of last year, and it was kind of like this. Rolling Stone did a whole positive article on it, written by
Rolling Stone. That's pretty good, James.
Laura Jadid is the writer's name, and she actually liked it. So it was. If you haven't seen it, it was like this. It was like this music and narration and reenactments of different scenes of my life. So. This is just how I'm wired. I guess you could say that I'm more of an artist than a political person, and I'm a storyteller. And I don't think you'll ever stop that in me. And O'Keefe Media Group will definitely have something like that again. I'm so inundated with tens of thousands of requests from citizens. But you'll notice in our pieces, including the coverage of the Trump arraignment, when I went there, it's artsy. I'm undercover. There's music. I'm dancing with the protesters. It's just in nature, and you gotta laugh. Otherwise, you're gonna cry. You gotta have joy in your life. So
true. I loved that what you did down at the courthouse in Manhattan, and all these people started recognizing you. Right?
Yeah. One guy goes. Some of them didn't. The CNN cameraman was like, well, he goes, well. Are you a Trump supporter? I said, no. He said, good. Then I'll tell you I work for CNN. And so some of them didn't. But then one guy was like, James, come on. We know what you're doing. Come on. And that was his favorite part of that.
I love it. It's so good. Well, look, you're awesome. Congrats on the new group. Where can people watch? Where can people find you? Where can they not that you need any more videos, but where can they send you all their stuff?
We're a subscription-based news organization now. So if you go to O'KeefeMediaGroup.com, OKEEFE, O'KeefeMediaGroup.com, just hit the $20 subscribe button a month. We're going to have a paywall soon and stuff behind the scenes and some classes for you to learn these techniques. Big announcement soon there. If you want to support our work, you can go subscribe on our website. We post a lot of the stuff on social media and some trailers on social media, but that's how you can support us.
Love it. Well, good luck with everything. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep uncovering and chasing down the bad guys. We're rooting for you here, that's for sure. And James O'Keefe, thank you for joining The Right View today. We'll see you soon, I hope, somewhere and somehow all across the country doing the good work. So thanks for joining us, and to everybody at home, as always, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you back here next time for more.
Thanks.
At The Right View, we're very proud of the fact that we are independent. We get to say everything that we think and everything that we feel. We have no woke companies guiding us or telling us what we can and cannot say. We are always going to shoot you straight and give you the facts as we know them. And that's why it's important to support independent outlets like The Right View. My name is Lara Trump, and I think Mike Lindell is a patriot. He is someone who loves this country, is willing to fight for this country. I love MyPillow because not only are MyPillows made in the USA by American workers, but they're great products, and they're so great that not only do I use them in my own bed at night, my children actually requested. My daughter the other day went to the closet and pulled out a MyPillow and said, this is the pillow that I want to sleep with. And I gotta tell you, she loves it and will have nothing to do with any other pillow. So it's a big hit around our house. My dogs also happen to sleep on MyPillow dog beds. So all around the Trump household, we're big fans. If you go to mypillow.com today and use promo code Trump, again, promo code Trump, you will not only save money, but you will help us continue this show and other shows like it and help us continue the fight for the future of America. Inflation has impacted all of our lives. I don't think anyone can go to the gas pump or the grocery store without noticing that it is a major factor. And unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's going down in the way that we would like it to. And one way to protect your money is by investing in precious metals, gold and silver. That's always been a great way to make sure that you keep your money and you keep it safe. When you go to bh-pm.com, use promo code Trump. That way, if you decide you want to invest in gold and silver, you'll save yourself a little bit of money. We live in a time that's very interesting. A lot of us out there feel like a lot of our rights are slipping away. And if you're like I am and you want to have the right to choose whether or not to have a vaccine, how to live your life freely, and you're looking for a great doctor, I've heard amazing things about Dr. Sherwood. He's somebody who you should really check out and check into, and it'll help support this program and keep us going. So go to Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. Again, Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. You can save yourself some money and help us keep our program going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just in. We'll keep this a little secret between you and me and them and everybody. Whoa. The people that are actually at the tip of the spear, working directly with President Trump on a day-to-day basis to save this nation, they're all joining us on the Reawaken America tour. We have President Donald J. Trump's Chief of Staff, Kash Patel. We've got Peter Navarro's joined us on the tour. We have General Michael Flynn. We have Eric Trump. The people actually working at the tip of the spear with President Donald J. Trump to save America are joining us on the Reawaken America tour. Whoa. If word of this gets out, if the truth about election fraud, medical fraud, religious fraud, monetary fraud, and mainstream media gets out, it may just save the nation.
The Reawaken tour is coming to our place, hallelujah. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. Wide slam open.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on May 12th and 13th, the Reawaken America Tour is coming to Miami, Florida, and to the beautiful Trump Doral Resort and Golf Course. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Reawaken America Tour is coming to Miami, Florida on May 12th and 13th. Get your sunscreen ready because General Flynn, Mike Lindell, Amanda Grace, Julie Green, Pastor Dave Scarlett, Dr. Judy Mikovits, Kash Patel, and Team America are taking the Reawaken America Tour to Trump Doral on May 12th and 13th. And then we're taking the God-fearing, revival-starting Reawaken America Tour into Sin City. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking the God-fearing Reawaken America Tour to Las Vegas, Nevada on August 25th and 26th. General Flynn and Team America will be taking the Reawaken America Tour to Las Vegas, Nevada. And the Patriots will be staying together at Trump International Hotel, Las Vegas, located at 2000 Fashion Show Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, with zip code 89109 if you want to send them a letter. And yes, Alex Jones will be live and in person at the Reawaken America Tour, Las Vegas, Nevada. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, put it on your calendar. Get those tickets right now. August 25th and 26th. Eric Trump, Dr. Peter McCullough, Mel K, Dr. Stella Emanuel, Owen Schroyer, Alex Jones, Seth Holhouse, Pastor Mark Burns, Pastor Leon Benjamin. We're all taking the Reawaken America Tour to Las Vegas, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's going to be August 25th and 26th. Thus far on the Reawaken America Tour, we've featured Dr. Dave Martin, the late great Dr. Vladimir Zelenko, Charlie Kirk, Donna Clement Petruska, Sean Foyt, Karen Kingston, Chad Prather, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Dr. Alan Keyes, Mickey Willis, Roger Stone, Dr. Richard Bartlett, and hundreds of patriotic speakers that you know, including Del Bigtree, Thomas Renz, Sidney Powell, Jim Caviezel, Donald J. Trump Jr., Peter Navarro, Klaus Schwab, Yuval Noah Harari, Bill Gates, and the godless globalists have their annual meeting called the World Economic Forum at Davos. But we that reject the Great Reset have the Reawaken America Tour coming to Miami, Florida, and coming to Las Vegas, Nevada. Get those tickets at time2freeamerica.com. That's time2freeamerica.com. We have scholarship pricing to make these events affordable for everybody. Every Reawaken America Tour event has sold out, so request those tickets today at time2freeamerica.com. That's time2freeamerica.com. Or for faster service, you can send me a personal text to 918-851-0102. That's 918-851-0102. And to be bilingually sensitive, that's 918-851-0102.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
We will shut you down. We will cite you. And if we need to, we will arrest you and we will take you to jail. Period.
I wasn't thinking of the Bill of Rights when we did this.
But no amendment to the Constitution is absolute.
God actually spoke to me. He spoke about sacredness. He said to me, Kim, what I place in many, many people is sacred. And if anybody touches what is sacred to me, then it is the end for them. So what I've done in the United States of America is sacred. And there are people on every side that are trying to destroy what I deem sacred. And it's not going to happen.
This is the definition of criminal conspiracy, racketeering, and collusion. This is not a theory. This is evidence.
Because I have upheld this country to spread a light to the rest of the world. When you choose to go against the sacred thing that God puts into the very heart and the soil of this nation, this was sacred to God. Now is the time to act. This is exactly why I need some action from my people. Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be with you.